My name is John McKeon. I'm the moderator of the Teradata River, and today we have with us Ryan Murphy, Senior Director of Business Intelligence for the Isle of Capri Casinos. Ryan, welcome to the River.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
Ryan is doing a presentation coming up at Partners Conference entitled Meeting Customers Where They Live, and we would like to just do a special promotion of that presentation here on the River to get people to be interested in the subject. It's a very interesting topic because Ryan talks about what they have done with the data and how they have reached 3 milestones, one being customer data, hotel data, and actually slot machine data, and done some very interesting things in terms of understanding their customers and also understanding how to better manage the hotels based on true profitability and not conventional metrics. Ryan, tell us a little bit about the 3 milestones, the customer data, hotel data, and slot machines, and how you got to that place.
Sure. So that first milestone, the customer data, that's really what we started out with in our data warehouse a few years ago. At that time, we did traditional customer behavior analysis, and we standardized and streamlined our direct mail and marketing campaign processes. But things got much more interesting when we got to that second milestone of hotel data. So we brought that in and integrated it with the customer data, which helped us understand our customers better. It also helped us understand our hotels better. And the third milestone you mentioned, the slot machine data, is really the most recent one that we reached, and that has also been integrated with the customer and hotel data. And again, that has added another dimension to our understanding of our customers, and it will significantly enhance our understanding of our gaming floor, our slot machines.
So, Ryan, how has this evolved traditional metrics in your industry and in terms of just trying to get the hotels full versus really looking at it from a profitability perspective?
Yeah, and prior to the integration of our hotel data in our data warehouse, the standard metric that you would judge your success of a hotel by might be something like the occupancy rate. The more full the hotel is, the better you've done. The fewer vacant rooms you have, the better. When we integrated our hotel and our customer data in our data warehouse, that allowed us to see not just how many rooms were full, but who was in those rooms and what was their value even outside the hotel across our entire business, across the entire property, particularly on the casino floor. As I mentioned, that helps us understand the customers better, but critically for the performance of the hotel, we can now judge the performance of the hotel also based on the performance of our customers.
So, Ryan, I'm curious, how do you take the slot machine data and run it across the 2 hotel and customer data sets?
Sure. The way that integration works really is when a customer shows up and plays at a slot machine, not always, but more often than not, the customer puts their member card into the machine to play, and they have incentives to do that. That member card goes into the machine, and that's got that customer's identifying number attached to it. So that will show up in the data that is in the slot machine system. So if you were only looking at the slot machine system, you would see that identifier for the customer, but you wouldn't be able to see anything else about the customer, so it would be meaningless. Once you integrate the slot machine data with the customer data, now you can link those based on that identifier, and you can see all the attributes of the slot machine and your casino floor right alongside with all the attributes of your customer database, and you can slice them any which way. So that would include, on the slot side, game manufacturer, game denom, nickel machines versus quarter penny machines, game type, a video, a reel, video poker, all the casino attributes against and along with all the customer attributes, gender, age, location, value segments, that sort of thing. It's the member card, really, that is the linchpin. It's the member card going into the slot machine that's the link between the customer and the slot data. And for the hotel data, it's similar. It also relies on the member's card and ID. So the customer would give their card to the hotel. That ID would get attached to the reservation. So again, if you're only looking at the hotel data, you would see that ID in the reservations, but you wouldn't see anything else about the customers, and it likewise would be meaningless. But once that's integrated with the customer data and you have the link based on that ID, you can see all the customer attributes that we mentioned, along with all the hotel attributes, room type, wing, smoking, non-smoking, bed type, and now you can judge the performance of any of those and any combination of those metrics, of those attributes of the hotel based on the customer value and even based on the customer's gaming activity, something that's not even taking place in the hotel.
Ryan, that's really interesting. But I have a question. How would you cater to the tastes of the consumer using this data? And also, how would this data allow you to better market to the consumer?
So since we have the customer and the hotel data integrated, we can know our customers better. So we can use the history of their hotel activity to adjust, give them more or less hotel offers, for example, and actually cater to those tastes better based on their demonstrated behavior that was invisible before you could see individual customers along with their hotel history.
Ryan, how does this enable the bigger decisions for the key decision makers to really look at this from more of a profitability perspective as just a traditional fill the rooms perspective?
Sure, and that's one of the changes that we've been working toward, is to modify the way that we judge our performance of our casino floors and of our hotels, so the different pieces of our business. The example of the hotel performance, the traditional hotel performance metric would be the occupancy. So we're trying to move from that, which is a metric which doesn't know anything about the individual customers, just how many rooms are booked and how many aren't, and the percentage of rooms booked versus all of your rooms, total number of rooms. That's blind to the customers, so it's therefore blind to the total value of those customers. And now that we have the hotel and the customer information integrated together, you can look at each room as having its own total business value. And so we're trying to move toward that kind of profitability metric in order to run and manage our hotels. So our hotel managers are themselves being motivated more these days based on that total profitability rather than just the more primitive occupancy type of hotel-only metric.
Ryan, sounds fascinating. Ryan Murphy, Senior Director for Business Intelligence for Isle of Capri Casinos. Should be a great session. We look forward to it at Partners Conference. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you very much, John.